Today on Business Success in 6 with Stacie, I have Heather Charizny here from the Wandering Table in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Heather, thanks for jumping on with me.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is my pleasure. All of the rave with restaurants now is actually restaurants on a truck, a food truck, but you have a really unique kind of food truck. And I would love to ask you some questions about the Wandering Table.
Yes, I would love that.
All right, here we go. When people ask you what the Wandering Table does, how do you describe your business?
So we are a food bus. We have taken a school bus and renovated it into a food truck. We're a little different. We are putting a table in the front of it so we can do private parties and seat up to 10 people, but still do the food truck scene. We chose to not just pick barbecue or tacos or, those specific types of food. Our menu is very diverse. We have burgers, we have sandwiches. I know in this area, there's a need for vegan and vegetarian. A lot of people have to be gluten-free or dairy-free. So we offer all of those things on our menu as well. All of our food is made to order, made from scratch. We try to do locally sourced when we can. So I'm in the process of setting up our summer menu and looking for local produce and farms that we can get those things from. So it's super exciting.
That's so great. Our coaches talk to our business clients about having a unique selling proposition, and what yours is very unique. It's not just, that typical 3-item menu. It to be made to order and then have some space in there as well to dine if the weather is a little wonky is really, really neat. So congratulations for creating that.
Thank you.
So what were your plans when you started your business? You said you've been in business about 6 months. So what were your plans when you started, and how has it changed so far? Can you tell us a little bit more about the history?
Sure. So when we started, I had really big dreams. I had this idea that I could kind of do it all. So then you start having these events and you realize, I think I bit off a little too much. We kind of need to scale this back a little bit, see what's actually working, see what our customers really want, what's needed in the community. So the ideas I had to start, we've sort of scaled back on, and I'm seeing what really works and seeing what has stuck with it. So it's been a little bit of a learning process. The vision is still the same. I was very passionate about the made from scratch, made to order, offering something for everybody. So you can have a family come in, you might have a picky child. We have a grilled cheese, we have fries, we have a burger. We can customize everything on the menu. So if it's no sauce, no cheese, we just try to be as open to everybody as we can.
That was awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And it's so many business owners have their idea and they don't want to change it, but it's so important to listen to your customers, because that's how you stay in business.
Yeah, 100%. It's all about kind of, you have this idea, but it kind of flows and you change it and you see what works.
Way to be flexible. What is the biggest way you're impacting the community so far? The biggest way you want to impact the community? Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so community involvement is huge to me. Building those relationships within the community. We have made some great partnerships with local breweries and just spots that we can go and set up businesses in the area. And it has been great. That is so important to me, as well as being able to give back. So being able to go to these events, actually our very first event ever was with a local organization for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we were able to donate some of our proceeds from October back to this organization, which is so important to me. So, finding more ways that we can give back, more ways that we can build the community involvement and the community connections, getting people to come out to these locations and just hang out and bring people together and enjoy good food and drinks. And, now that the weather's nice, being able to enjoy the sunshine. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's so wonderful. And yeah, just educating people on different organizations and using other locally sourced resources is wonderful. Thank you for doing that. My next question is, what is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners could learn from?
Oh, that is a tough question to answer. We have had our fair share of challenges since we opened. From when we painted the bus right before we were going to open, it rained that night and all of the paint dripped off of our bus. We had
Oh,
to repaint it. The first day we were open, we had a fire on the bus. It was, yeah, we've had that. We've had our generator stolen in December. Our bus broke down a few weeks ago. It has been, yeah, it has been a stressful 6 months. But throughout all of that, it makes us stronger. We've been able to grow from it. You know, you learn how to fix those things. You learn what to do to make sure they don't happen. We have also had such amazing support from the community. So the biggest one I'd say most recently, our bus broke down a few weeks ago and we were going to be out for about a week. We had to cancel events. But I had all of this food prepped and ready to go. So we opened up at our home base because we didn't have to drive the bus anywhere. And I just threw out on social media, hey, I want to get rid of this food. I don't want to have to throw it away. Also, we can raise some money to fix the bus. So let's get together and see what happens. Had no idea if it would work out or if it would,
yeah.
3 people would show up. The support was phenomenal. I can't even tell you. So many people showed up. We're giving donations. They were like, we just want to see the bus back out there. We can't wait. So it was truly a humbling experience to see like all of this community support behind us and these people wanting us to be back out there. So within a week, we were able to fix the bus and had it back out at events. And, that wouldn't have been without the community. People were giving us, recommendations for where to get parts and who to fix it. And it
Oh,
was great.
that's
Yeah.
great. And the fact that you didn't have to throw out all that food as well,
Yeah.
because, from just a resource point of view, you hate throwing stuff out like that. So that's great that you were able to get that out to them as well. My
Yes.
next question for you is, what does the future look like to you, and do you have an exit plan?
So no exit plan. No, we're still trying to grow and having these big plans for the future. So I would say the first step is having a bus is a little challenging sometimes to fit at certain events, places where they just don't have the space for a 40-foot school bus to fit.
Yeah.
So yeah, first step, I definitely want to get a smaller food truck or trailer
Mhm.
to still put out the same food and the same concept behind that, but just without the table.
Sure.
So yeah, these events that there's not the space, we can go ahead and still show up to them, serve the same food, but a smaller vehicle. And then big dreams, big plans would be, we've created such great relationships with these breweries around us that I would love to next step open like a tap room with one of them, do a
Cool.
collaboration, have their beer, have my food and see where that would go. So that's, big goals for the future, but
Absolutely. Dream big, have big goals and big rewards. That's awesome. Very
yes.
cool. My last question for you is, all subjects open. What inspires you most?
I would say my 2 kids are my biggest inspiration. I have 2 daughters and everything I do is for them, really trying to show them that hard work pays off and how to navigate these struggles that we have been through, how to persevere through them and, take things day by day and just show them that whatever they put their minds to, they can do it. They can make it happen. They both help on the food truck. So if you've ever come to the food truck, you have probably seen them. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's just great really having their involvement in it too, to see, I'm not just putting in all these hours away from them. They get to participate too and take their ideas and it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
How old are they?
So I have a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Wow, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. Raising strong women.
Yes.
So
Yes.
important, very inspirational. Thank you for doing that. So
Thank
if
you.
somebody wants to visit the Wandering Table or see where you're going to be next, how should they connect with you? Or
Yeah, so we post on Instagram and Facebook. That is where we'll post like for the week where we're going to be with what our schedule is. And then every day when we have an event, we post where we're going to be that day. Typically post the menu for the day, if we're doing any kind of specials or, anything exciting. If anybody were to want to reach out for a catering or a private event or to have us show up to their business for a lunch, email would probably be the best way, or a message on Facebook or Instagram. So our email is hello@thewanderingtablewi.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and have an awesome, awesome spring and a 2023. Thank you for sharing the Wandering Table with us, Heather.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure.